pretty much true.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome inside the Hodgkins Berardo Arena here in Coleraine for tonight's huge rivalry matchup between the Greenway Raiders and the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. We thank everyone for joining us here tonight for the broadcast. It should be a fun one here tonight in Coleraine. And we would also like to thank our sponsors, Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining and a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. They offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. And our final sponsor here tonight, Iron Range Apparel, located in the Thunderbird Mall. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota-themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia, Minnesota, Iron Range Apparel offers lake cabin and home decor, along with a large variety of apparel. Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather. Each item is designed in-house, paying special attention to the local history and heritage. Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Find them on Facebook and Instagram, and good luck to all the players. And now joining me with your play-by-play call for tonight's game, returning as your play-by-play guy, is Randy Catron. Randy, how's it going, and how excited are you for this big matchup between Greenway and Grand Rapids?
You know, this is a storied Minnesota hockey rivalry here tonight. One of the best in the state. It's going to be really fun here to be here tonight in front of this sold-out crowd here at Hodgkins Berardo Arena for Greenway and Grand Rapids. It's going to be very intense. Should be a really fun night here. Hopefully, the game could be a very close and competitive game that we have seen a lot of times between Greenway and Grand Rapids.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough test for Greenway tonight. They lack the depth compared to Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids runs 4 full lines and 6 defensemen. But they're going to come to play in this big rivalry. Both teams always do, and it's always a fun one between Greenway and Grand Rapids.
Yeah, certainly both teams are going to be amped up here. They're going to be jacked up here to go. Both teams always ready to go here as the game starts here tonight. Should be a lot of fun. The intensity in this play in this building is going to be very, very intense here tonight. So, yeah, I mean, I've had in the past, I've seen these two teams play in this building. Obviously, some very good matchups over the years between Greenway and Grand Rapids, and hopefully this one tonight will live up to that billing again.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing this rivalry. I haven't seen that too many rivalry games. I used to always go to the Eveleth, Virginia rivalry growing up in Eveleth, and now I saw the Grand Rapids Duluth East game. Thursday nights I got to call that game, so that was a lot of fun. First time ever seeing the Grand Rapids Greenway rivalry, and it's good to see this rivalry stay competitive, and hopefully it's a close one tonight.
Yeah, certainly it should be a fun one. Certainly going to be a packed atmosphere in here. We apologize if you can't see the corners of the rink. It's going to be tough to see the corners of the rink because this place is jammed, especially around the lower ice level and right up against the boards. But we'll do the best we can to bring you the best coverage that we possibly can here tonight.
So the Zamboni's out after warm-ups, and the teams will be back on the ice momentarily for the starting lineups and national anthem coming up here from the Hodgkins Bravado Arena here in Coleraine.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Hodgkins Barado Arena for tonight's high school hockey game between the historic rival between Grand Rapids and Greenway, continuing here tonight. Their only meeting of the season. Last year, Greenway gets a victory in Grand Rapids. Tonight, Grand Rapids Thunderhawks looking to turn the tides here. But quick mention, we should mention, well, during the JV game tonight, Dean Villeneuve of the Greenway Raiders was injured. He was taken off the ice on a stretcher. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Dean Villeneuve. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Hopefully it was all precautionary. But again, our thoughts and prayers from both Blake and I here at Up North Hockey that he's going to be okay here.
Yeah, that was tough to see. He was on the ice for about 30 to 45 minutes. So, we never like to see that. And, we send prayers to him and his family. And, hopefully he gets well soon.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully. So here's to a speedy recovery, hopefully, for Dean Villeneuve. Hopefully he's going to be okay. And again, our thoughts and prayers go out to Dean Villeneuve and his family.
And tonight we thank our three sponsors for bringing you Grand Rapids and Greenway, Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm, the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth, and Iron Range Apparel located in Thunderbird Mall in Virginia.
And both teams are on the ice here, and this crowd is amped up and ready to go here in Coleraine. Both teams are going to be introduced here. Grand Rapids coming in with a record of 6 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie. The Greenway Raiders coming in with 5 wins, 8 losses, and 0 ties. Carter Claft is in his goal for Grand Rapids tonight. Easton Young, one of the defensemen. And on the other defensive side is Jack Peart.
This game has a lot of star power in this game, There's some good younger players on Grand Rapids. Joey Del Greco, he's the most standout player in that sophomore class. And of course, Jack Peart, the St. Cloud State commit for Grand Rapids, and then Christian Miller and Ben Trombley on the other side for the Greenway Raiders. St. Cloud State commits as well. So there's a lot of talent in this game, which is going to be the final year for Ben Trombley and Christian Miller playing this game. So they're going to play their hearts out, playing their last rivalry game against the Thunderhawks.
Yeah, it's certainly a special night here at Hodgkins Barado Arena for Christian Miller and Ben Trombley.
We're just going to say it now, when there's a goal scored, this place is going to go absolutely nuts. So it's going to be hard to hear each other, and it might be hard to hear us even. It's going to be that loud.
Yeah, again, we'll do the best we can to bring you this coverage here tonight. When we talked about doing it, we knew it was going to be a jammed house here, and it is lived up to that billing here tonight. So it's going to be an electric atmosphere here in Coleraine. And we appreciate you all following along for our live stream here tonight. Appreciate you along for the ride. So if you reach out to your friends, text them, call them, let them know. It's on Up North Hockey YouTube. They can catch a game live here tonight, one of the most historic rivalries in the state of Minnesota between Greenway and Grand Rapids.
Already a big viewership already for this game, 142 people watching, so we thank you for joining us. And now please join for the national anthem here at the Snake Pit.
Well, here we go, Blake. Your first time seeing Greenway and Grand Rapids match up together. Historic rivalry. I've seen this maybe 5 or 6 times, but it's the first time for Up North Hockey, first time that we're doing the live stream. And we appreciate everybody joining our broadcast here tonight for this big matchup between the Orange Halloween Machine and the Greenway Raiders.
Good news for Greenway. Logan Wright will be playing in net tonight. He's out there, so that's good news, and he's going to have to play a good game against this very good Grand Rapids Thunderhawks team.
Yeah, great to see Logan back in between the pipes for the Greenway Raiders. He's going to have to be solid here tonight. Both goaltender Carter Clafton of the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. He's been solid most of the year, and so has Logan Wright. Played well during the season as well. So we're just moments away from getting underway here in Coleraine. The youth players just skating off the ice. Of course, it's always nice that the Greenway does introduce them during the starting lineups. It's pretty awesome for them to get announced during the starting lineup here.
Extra special for this game. You know, the kids get to go on the ice in front of a packed house, so hats off to the Greenway High School program for doing that for the kids.
Here we go. Joey Del Greco and Ben Trombley will get it underway here, and we are underway in Coleraine. Grand Rapids controls the puck as Easton Young has it. Young brings it through center ice and dumps it in behind goaltender Logan Wright, and we get a quick whistle on the icing.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun.
Face off to the right side of goaltender Carter Clafton. Just underway in Coleraine. Del Greco wins that draw back to Easton Young. Easton Young knocks it up, gets a half wall, comes out to center ice. Christian Miller can't get to it. Here's Del Greco breaking in here. Del Greco and Trebojevic behind the net. Trebojevic comes out to center ice, brings it out and tries to get it out to Jernander. And Del Greco has it at center ice. Del Greco back to Peart. Peart now over his defensive partner Young. Young will get it through center ice. Up to Bischoff. Bischoff moves it in to Del Greco on the other side. Shot right on. Save Logan Wright. Always that first save of the game is always huge. And that's a good one for Logan Wright there.
That was kind of a nice zone entry there by the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Went from Peart up to Bischoff, I believe, and Del Greco was involved there. So, it's dangerous whenever that Grand Rapids team has control of the puck, especially those 3 players.
And Wilson knocks it along the boards here to keep it in, but the Raiders come out of it as Krudovich knocks it out into the Grand Rapids zone. Picked up by Murphy now. Murphy and Holcomb with it. Holcomb with it. Moving in. Holcomb. Shot on. Logan steers that into the corner here. Holcomb with it and on the half wall here. Behind the boards is Miskovich now. Miskovich ridden off the play. In there, and here's a chance out front. Couldn't get through to the front of the ice as Wilson sends it over to the other side as Holcomb locks it through, and Davidson tried to play it here for the Raiders and sent in by Predovich. Behind the net, picked by Wilson. Wilson gets it over to Zelke. Zelke tips it up as loose at center ice. Now Christian Miller will play it in. Miller moves it back in. Is picked up now by Cody Miller. And Miller gets taken down on the play as the hitting starts to pick up right away here. Miller drives in, and he's just in offside.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Rink Sports Grill in Evelyn. They offer casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game.
And Trombley wins that draw, and Miller will retreat back into his own end of the ice here to pick it up. Trombley gets it over to Nyberg. Miller to Nyberg out. Comes Jernander, comes through center ice. Jernander moving in. Jernander, shot right on. Kind of almost handcuffed Clafton there. Little shot from the point there from Jernander as Trombley goes down the ice, but still plays it. Trebojevic trying to keep it in, but just wasn't able to keep it in. He dumps it in as the Raiders will check back up here. Back behind the net is Peart. Peart gets it over to Young. Young sends it to Del Greco. Back to Peart. Peart brings it through center ice. Peart will work it in. Peart into the Raiders zone. Peart knocks it behind the net. Peart with it. Now comes out, tries to center out, back up to the point to Zelke. And just over the top of the stick here. On the other side is Bonner. Over to Zelke. Zelke sends it ahead. Gets it to Bischoff. Bischoff knocks it back in here. The Thunderhawks change up here. As this Predovich trying to get it out here for the Raiders. Back to get it now here is Jorgensen. And along this near side wall that's very hard to see with the crowd in here, Wilson dumps it in here. As the shot here comes out to center ice and dumped back in by the Thunderhawks. Zelke as Davidson now brings it into the Raiders zone, or the Rapid zone here. Puck up over the top and back in play here. Coming through is Holcomb. Holcomb knocks it ahead to Murphy. Murphy takes a shot, goes wide of the net here. 13 minutes left here, first period. No score between Grand Rapids and Greenway. This is Predovich. Predovich will get it out here. And picked up here is Peart. Peart gets it over to Brose. Brose with it now, along the boards. Comes out to center, picked up by Rent Morquay. Over to Peart. Peart sends it in. Picked up by Brodzinski. Brodzinski back to Peart. In front now, Brose trying to center it out front. Nice defensive play by Nyberg there of the Raiders. Could they get it out here? As in that near side corner here, picked up by Trombley. Trombley knocks it around here. Trying to get it out here is Trombley. Gets it out to center ice here and dumped in. This is Miller, dumps it back in on Logan Wright, and Logan decides to throw it to Miller. Miller will keep it in play here. Miller brings it through center ice. Miller breaking in. As Del Greco has it here. Del Greco behind his own net. Del Greco sends it ahead. Upton burst Bischoff on the other side. Over to Peart. Peart with a drive right on Logan Wright. Another big save for the Greenway netminder. So big save for Logan Wright there.
Well, we have people complaining about the stream not working, but I tried it on my phone just now, so it should be on. So please let us know if you're able to view it.
Yeah, we got the messages on there, so please shoot us a message if there's any issues with your stream. We'll try to get that corrected here. As a shot was dumped in on goaltender, the Raiders goaltender here. Del Greco out to take it here with Trombley. Trombley controls. Trombley has it over to, in that corner as Del Greco picks it up here. Del Greco behind the net here. Del Greco wheeling around here. Gets it back to Wilson. Wilson. And it comes out to center ice here. Wilson picks it up here. Wilson dumps it back in for the Thunderhawks. And Jorgensen's going to pick this one up here. Jorgensen sends it to Trombley. Trombley moving up here through center ice. Trombley moves in here as Jernander keeps it in here, trying to throw a shot through net and towards the net, and it knocks down for the play.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Iron Range Apparel in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia.
Yeah, it's really hard to communicate with each other here, but we'll do the best we can, so we try not to walk over each other. This is at center ice here as Young breaks in here. Young gets it over on the other side. Nice chance for the Thunderhawks here is Murphy, but the puck is going to be outside the zone.
Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota-themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia, Iron Range Apparel offers lake cabin and home decor along with a large variety of apparel.
Miller gets it over to Nyberg. Nyberg sends it in to Donahue. Into the zone, Donahue and Young race for it here. And that far side corner that we can't see very well, but Miller now back to retreat to get it. Miller on the other side as it's a race for it there as Krutovich tips it ahead and sent in by the Young of the Thunderhawks. Miller will retrieve here. 10:19 left here, period number 1. No score between Grand Rapids and Greenway. This is Peart. Peart at center ice. Peart brings it in for Grand Rapids. Peart takes a shot up in the air and picked up now by the Thunderhawks. Sent out front. Nice chance for the Thunderhawks as they closed in there. As Goring had an opportunity. Goring along with the boards here. Goring trying to drive towards the net. And the Raiders are going to get Groshong had a chance at it and sent back in by the Thunderhawks as Miller will pick it up here. This behind the net is Goring had it, and we get a whistle and stoppage play.
Iron Range Apparel offers hockey hoodies for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather. Each item is designed in-house, paying special attention to the local history and heritage. Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Find them on Facebook and Instagram, and good luck to all players.
Shot 6-1 in favor of the Thunderhawks here as Wilson dumps it in here. Back to get it is Trebojevic. Trebojevic sends it over to Jernander. It comes out to center as Morkway picks it up and dumped back in by the Thunderhawks. Bonner. Wilson's dumped it back in here as Jorgensen over there. Jorgensen sends it over to Trombley. It is at center ice. And as Bischoff has it. Bischoff on only over the other side as Bonner works it in for the Thunderhawks here. Jorgensen to retrieve. Along the near side boards here and picked up here is Vekic. Vekic coming through center. Vekic dumps it in as Morkway picks it up here. And back to get his Miller. Miller plays ahead to Jernander. Jernander works it over to Trombley. Trombley breaking in. He's in. Shot right on. Nice chance for Ben Trombley and Carter Clafton. Big save.
It's definitely fun to see some of these star players for both Grand Rapids and Greenway in this arena. You know, it's a smaller arena. Not a lot of seating. The seating is kind of close to the rink. So it's fun to see, you know, Ben Trombley and Christian Miller. We see them when they have home games here, obviously, but you know, seeing Jack Peart fly around here, it's a lot of fun to see.
Yeah, certainly the star players, the incredible athletes on both Greenway and Grand Rapids. Held in by Nyberg. It hits traffic as Peart will get it. Peart sends it out here on the other side as Murphy plays it in here along with Holcomb. Chance out front is Murphy was breaking towards the net. Holcomb shoots! I think that might have hit the side of the net there. As there's Grand Rapids buzzing around as Miskovich keeps it in here. Miskovich gets it over to Murphy. Murphy with it here now. And back to Miskovich here. Murphy picks it up here. Murphy behind the net. Centering! Chance for Zelke breaking in. Greenway comes back the other ways. Donahue comes in for the Raiders. Donahue now with it. Loses it to Peart. Peart gets it out here. And picked up as Trebojevic tries to dump it in here. Here comes Grand Rapids. Here's Murphy win with a shot. Good defensive play. Good defensive play by the Raiders there in front.
Logan Wright's made some very nice saves there. A couple opportunities there for Grand Rapids. You know, Wright made some saves, and then, you know, Braden Holcomb had just a great chance there. The net was open there on the right side, but he missed it just wide.
This is Young. Young playing it here. Young brings it into the Raiders zone. Young hands it in there as Brodzinski picks it up here behind the net. Brodzinski now with it. Centering for Goring. And in the Donahue plays, or Davidson plays it here. And Groshong has a chance, and Young picks it up and brings it up to center. And sent back in by the Raiders. Thonis dumps it back in. Here is Morquay. Morquay trying to play it out to center ice. Trombley's going to pick it up and dump it back in for the Raiders, and in is Miller with a drive on net and a save by Logan Wright.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Upper Hockey. They wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. Well, 6:48 remaining here in the first period, and we've already had some heavy hitting, some hits thrown on for both teams here in this game.
Right, there's definitely some physical play here in this game. Typical Grand Rapids Greenway rivalry game here, setting up. And this is Bonner with a shot over the top of the net here. As Del Greco picks up that loose puck. Del Greco gets it back to Wilson. Wilson sends a shot, goes wide of the net. Picked up now by the Thunderhawks. Bischoff over to Del Greco. Del Greco behind the net here. As Trombley will get control of it. Trombley sends it over to Vekic. Vekic sends it up to Miller. And over to Jernander. Jernander dumps it behind the net. As Miller breaks in. Tries to make a play there. And Bonner trying to get out, but Vekic keeps it in play here. Jernander trying to get it out to Trombley in front. As Trombley was breaking towards the net there. Del Greco along the boards. Greenway playing tough against this Grand Rapids team here. This is Jorgensen. Jorgensen shot right on. Ooh, that was a little bit of a handcuffer there, Blake.
Well, yeah, goaltender Clapton was not expecting it to be like that. It was a tricky save for Clapton as Jorgensen put the shot on there from the neutral zone.
Yeah, Jorgensen with a big drive towards the net and quick heads-up recovery by Carter Clapton. And this is Jorgensen back here on the other side. Trbojevic drive on net as Predivic was out front of the net here for the Raiders. Zelke moving it through center ice, trying to get it through up to center ice here. Picked up now by the Raiders. Kept in here. Donahue trying to play there. Carlson tips it out here. Comes out to center ice. No, here's a breaking Holcomb. But Jorgensen, nice recovery there. Gets it over the other side to Trbojevic. Trbojevic slides it over to Donahue. Donahue in for the Raiders. Now behind the net as Morquay picks it up here. Morquay gets it out here. As Trombley in there. Trombley trying to take it away here as puck was on the ice here. The Miller dumps it in for the Raiders. Clafton out there to play it. And this is Zelke here. Now on the other side. Sent in by Brose. Brose brings it in offside for the Grand Rapids.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Rink Sports Grill in Evelyn. They offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Evelyn, Minnesota. Check them out today.
Trombley, Del Greco taking the draw here. Del Greco Trombley gets it as Miller brings it through center ice. Miller dumps it in. Behind the net now. As Bonner has it, Bonner sends it to Del Greco. Del Greco brings it through center ice. Del Greco has Bischoff coming through the middle of the ice here. Nice play by Christian Miller. There comes Vekic. Vekic has Trombley trailing behind. There is Young. As Peart takes out Jernander, and that's going to be the interference penalty coming up against Grand Rapids.
Yeah, big power play here for Greenway. I didn't think it was that bad. He kind of checked him before Vekic got to the puck. So, big power play. It's always a big power. It's always big when you get a power play, and it's also big that Jack Peart is off the ice. He won't be able to defend for the 2 minutes as he sits in the box.
Right. Yeah, that's a big player to have off the ice for the Thunderhawks and Peart. A golden opportunity here for the Raiders here with 4:14 left here, period number 1. This is Trombley back on the defensive point now. Trombley sends it in. Traffic out front. Loose puck in front. Jernander. Oh, man. Tried to break towards the net there to score. And Carter Clafton with the big save, Blake.
Yeah, Ben Trombley right away on this power play. Sends a shot in, 10 seconds into it. Good chance there. And, you know, this Greenway power play is dangerous when they get it going here. And we'll see if they can get the first goal of the game.
There's Trombley with it. Gets it over to Trebojevic. Back to Trombley. Trombley working in through traffic. Turns the shot through. Nice defensive screen set up by the Raiders there as Miller has it. Back over to Trombley. Trombley just keeps it in here as Miller has it. Miller working in. Behind the net is Vekic. Vekic wheeling around to Trombley. Trombley gets it through. Shot right on Clafton. He steers it aside as Young trying to get it out here as Miller. Out to center now with it, Trebojevic. Trebojevic over to Trombley. Trombley working in here. Trombley with a shot. Vekic right in the middle of the ice and just couldn't get a stick securely on the puck. Otherwise, he would have had a chance to score there. 54 seconds left on the Peart penalty for Grand Rapids. This is Trombley now. Trombley brings it through center ice. Trombley moves it in. Trombley dumping behind the net here. As Jernander keeps it in. And Del Greco will pick it up here. Del Greco gets it out to center. Miller back in his own end of the ice here. 30 seconds left in the power play for Greenway. This is Trombley over to Vekic. Vekic sends it over to Jernander. Markway kind of deflected that pass a little bit here. And this is Zelke now getting out here for. And we got a penalty coming up against Greenway. So that's going to even it up here. 4-on-4 for the next 11 seconds. And then the Thunderhawks have a power play.
Yeah, that's going to do it for the Greenway power play. Only 11 seconds remaining on Jack Peart's. Grand Rapids' turn.
So 2:26 left here, period number 1. No score between Grand Rapids and Greenway. Carlson and Holcomb to take the draw. Here is Wilson. Wilson sends it into the corner here. Picked up in that near side corner. Impossible to see that as Wilson gets it over to Peart. Peart back on behind in his own end here. Leaves it for Young. Young will skate it through center ice. Young waiting there, setting it up here. Young in. Behind the net is Murphy now. Murphy with it here. Over to Holcomb. Back to Peart. Holcomb now back to Peart. Peart back to Holcomb. Holcomb slides it over to Murphy. Back to Peart. Slides it over on the other side to Young. Centering for Miskovich. Put it in the corner. There's a shot. Blast by Young. Huge save by Logan right there. Easton Young. What a shot there. Back over to Young here with it again. Young slides it over on the other side. Trying to get it over to Murphy. Grand Rapids trying to keep this power play going. Here's a whistle and a stoppage of play. As the net came off here.
What a one-time shot there by Easton Young.
Wow.
He's been very impressive for this Grand Rapids team, stepping up. He's only a sophomore, and he plays on the power play with Jack Peart, so he's one of many players stepping up for this Grand Rapids team, along with Joey Del Greco, another sophomore. He's been stepping up huge for this Grand Rapids team this year.
Right, yeah, they are. That was a blast by Young and a great save by Logan Wright here. This is Young back on the point here. Young trying to set this play up for Grand Rapids on this power play. 39 seconds left here. 1:04 left here. Period number 1, no score. Young throws it through, but Miller is there to make the defensive stop. And he knocks it out for the Raiders. And now back behind the net is Peart is going to get it here. Peart sends it over to Young. Young leaves it over to Peart. Peart brings it through center ice. Gets it over to Bonner. Bonner tips it to Young. Young moves it in. Young along that near side boards. Back to Peart. Peart now with it here. Wheeling around. Peart has it. Out to Del Recco. Shot right on. Save Logan Wright if that one got through. And there's Peart. As Trombley will get it out. Jernander. Both teams are back to full strength here. This is Peart now with it. Peart out of center ice. 11 seconds left. Peart sends it over to Bonner. Bonner sends it in the corner here. Del Greco now with it here. Over to Peart. Trying to set something up late here in this period. Peart wheeling around here, and that's the end of period number 1. No score between Grand Rapids and Greenway.
Well, that was a heck of a first period, though. There, chances for both teams. Shots on goal after 1 period of play, 12-8 in favor of the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. So, a good period for both teams, and both teams had some chances on their chance on the power play. Grand Rapids had quite a few chances there. Greenway, Ben Trombley put on some nice shots on the power play. So, we have a pretty even hockey game. As we expected, both teams coming out for this game, both teams playing hard. And, we're in for a heck of a treat here in this game for the final 2 periods.
Oh man, that was certainly an intensive first period of hockey. A lot of fun between that's the rivalry between Grand Rapids and Greenway. That was it in the first period so far.
So no scoring there, of course, 0-0 after 1 period of play. Tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They're a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to our players in the season ahead and to have fun. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining and a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. They offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet, they can cater your event, party, or meeting. It's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. So after 1 period of play, of course, it's the Greenway Raiders 0, the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks 0 as well. Don't you go anywhere now. We'll be back for the 2nd period of play. Opening faceoff coming up here from Hodgkins Berardo Arena in Coleraine. Welcome back, everyone. We'd like to give a shout out to the locker room right here in Coleraine for getting the game up on the big screen at the locker room there. You know, big rivalry game here between Grand Rapids and Greenway, so we thank the locker room for putting the game on. Grand Rapids and Greenway, first intermission right now. Zamboni's about halfway through, and the teams will be back on the ice for the start of the second period. Once again, no score between Grand Rapids and Greenway here in the first intermission.
Okay, we're back here for second period action between Grand Rapids and Greenway. We have some people are reporting some issues with their not able to get the game on their YouTube channel on their smart TVs. We apologize for that. Check your other devices to see if that will work. We didn't change any of our settings here, but again, we apologize for any inconvenience people are having to see this game here. But second period is underway here, Blake.
Yeah, I tried looking up the stream on my personal YouTube account and it wasn't coming up, so I don't know what's going on. So, at least the stream's up and at least you can watch it at least on your phone.
Yeah, so hopefully people can find it that way. Again, apologize. We don't know what's going on with that technical issue. It is picked up here by the Thunderhawks here, and at Trombley will dump it, and it goes out of play here. Just underway here, second period of play, 16:35 left here, 0-0 Greenway and Grand Rapids.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Jewish Drill and Chisholm. Proud sponsor, best of luck to all players.
This is Trombley and Del Greco here to take the draw here. Del Greco back to Peart. Peart dumps it in. As Vekic here, well, with it along the corner here. Brought out here, Bonner, chance in front. Loose puck in front, Logan steers that into the corner here. Is Del Greco. Over on the other side is Jorgensen. Jorgensen now picks it up, heads it up to Vekic. Vekic will try to get it out here for the Raiders. Tipped by Jernander, and Peart back to get it here. Peart now with it here. Peart moves it over on the other side of Young. Young brings it through center ice. Young working in here, and in offside was Grand Rapids.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Ring Sports Grill and Pub. They offer casual family dining and a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try all the daily specials and your favorites to the menu. Ring Sports Grill offers 8 lunch-free days and 2 hand-cooked desserts. So you never have to consider it.
Holcomb dumps it in for the Thunderhawks. Miller tips it out, gets it out to center. Picked up by Carlson. Carlson works it in here as Donahue goes in the corner to get it here. Donahue leaving it for Predovich as Wilson gets it out here and knocked out by Miskovich. Comes out to center, Murphy. Murphy works it in. Murphy, chance. Miller with a great defensive play there. This is Holcomb, sends it out front. Holcomb now with it, works behind the net here. Holcomb works it around. Gets it out front as Murphy had a chance. Another great defensive play by Miller. This is Donahue. Over on the other side is Holcomb. And along the near side boards comes out to center as Donahue comes in. Donahue breaks in. Donahue ridden off the play by Wilson. In the corner, Zelke. Zelke knocks it around, comes out to center. As Murphy brings it in here. Murphy now with it here. Murphy drives it towards into the corner here. Both goaltenders playing very well right here. Jorgensen now with it. Jorgensen sends it around the corner. Here's Peart. Peart holds it in. Peart drives it in. Over on the other side of Morquay. Sends it through traffic. Blocked down. Thonis comes away with it here. And now this is Trubojevic. Sends it over to Jorgensen. Gets it to Groshong. Groshong knocks it in for the Raiders. Behind Carter Clafton. In that near side, Groshong with a chance here. As comes out here is Brose. On the other side is Brodzinski. Brodzinski brings it in here. Leaves it back to Cody Miller. Miller down behind the net here. Miller for the Thunderhawks. Wheeling around. Comes out. Morquay has to come out to center ice to retrieve. Gets it over to Peart. Back to Morquay. Morquay dumps it back in for the Thunderhawks. Picked up by Miller. Miller now with it here. Over on the other side is Nyberg. Nyberg knocking it into the corner here. As is Del Greco in there, and Del Greco with it here. Del Greco behind the net. Trombley in there defending Del Greco. Trombley hits Del Greco here, and the hitting is picked up here. Period number 2 here. Del Greco wheeling around. Del Greco still with it. Wheeled it over on the other side. Peart with a drive just over the top of the net here. Kept in by Morquay. In that corner for Bonner. Over to Del Greco. Del Greco back here with it. Del Greco gets it over to Bonner. Bonner with it. Trombley in there to defend. And there does Bischoff. Now Vekic comes out here with Jernander. Jernander one-on-one with Peart. Grand Rapids gets in here as Miller breaks in here. Miller goes into the corner here. Over to Vekic. And knocked out by the Thunderhawks, and Trebojevic will send it here. Picked up here. No chance for the Thunderhawks. They keep it in. This is Holcomb here with it. This is Vekic. Gets it out to center. Dumped back in by Morquay. Miller behind his own net here now. Miller breaks it out here as Young retrieves it at center ice. Young has it. Gets it over to Holcomb. Holcomb sends it back to the Zelke. Zelke back in his own in the ice here is Carlson there to defend for the Raiders. This is Holcomb, drives it in. Holcomb, loose puck in front, or Miskovic behind the net here. Logan Wright still making a save out front. There's a great chance for the Thunderhawks as Murphy tries to stick a little backhander in there. This is Brose here now with it. Sends it through. Save Logan Wright.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. And the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game.
This is Trombley to take the draw with Holcomb. Holcomb wins it back to Young. Young sends it through traffic into the corner. Picked up on by Murphy here as Trebojevic picks it up here. Trebojevic comes away with it as Jorgensen. Jorgensen plays it to Trombley. Trombley sends it through to Vekic off his stick here. Is Young going to get it here? And an icing on the play.
Well, good start to the period for the Thunderhawks. Adding a lot of pressure. And, you know, for the Raiders, they're probably hoping that they don't run down like they did against Roseau last night. You know, Roseau ran them down in the second period, and especially the third period. So, you know, they just gotta find their game here in the second period and not let it run down like it did last night.
As Peart into the corner here. We can't see that far corner at all. I mean, the student section there, full of people, but and it's Bonner here with it. And out here is Trombley behind the net here along with Del Greco. Trombley will come away with it. Vekic works it out here. Sent back in by the Thunderhawks. As Bischoff, chance through the crease. Just going through. Back to Wilson from Del Greco. Wilson sends it into Del Greco behind the net here. Del Greco trying to get it out to Bonner. Nice defensive play, Miller there. That is in the corner as Del Greco has it. Del Greco comes out to center here. Jernander takes it away. Jernander, Vekic, and Miller in. Miller in. Defensive play by Peart. Great play. This is Trombley now with it. Trombley gets it, Vekic. Here's a breakaway for Vekic. Backhander shot right on. Carter Clafton save. There's Trebojevic. Sends it to Trombley. Great chance. Here comes the Grand Rapids the other way is Brose. Brose with a drive. Up and out of play. Wow. What a chance for Vekic here, Blake.
Yeah, what a pass by Ben Trombley up to Mitchell Vekic. You know, it wasn't a clear breakaway, but, you know, it was still a great opportunity, and, you know, a nice save there by Carter Clafton.
Yeah. Wow. That was fun. Carlson is going to get tossed out of the circle, and Donahue will come in and take the draw here. Donahue and Brose. And this is Morquay. Morquay with it back on the point here. Trebojevic sends it over down the other side of Donahue. Tip back in by the Thunderhawks. Sturl Sam Sturl, that is. And this is picked up now by the Thunderhawks. Brous. This is Jorgensen, picks it up here. Jorgensen gets it out to center. Back to get his Sam Sturl. 9:50 left here, period number 2. No score between Greenway and Grand Rapids. The hitting has been very intense in this game here. This is Morquay. Morquay driving in here. This is back on the point, trying to be held in, and it comes out. Sam Sturl back here, gets it ahead to Murphy. Murphy sends it in. Murphy now with it, wheels behind the net here. Back to Holcomb. And now picked up by Murphy. Murphy wheeling around, trying to make a incredible move there. Loose puck out front as Miller recovers. And Miller gets it out here to Groshong and Thonis. And dumped in by the Raiders here as Peart picks it up. Peart gets it over to Young. Young works it through center. Got a little bit of break here as Miskovich working in. Miskovich, Holcomb calling for it. There's a penalty coming up here. As touched by the Raiders, and that's a penalty against the Raiders here.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Iron Range Apparel at the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota-themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall, Iron Range Apparel offers lake cabin and home decor, along with a large variety of apparel.
Grand Rapids power play here as Del Greco takes a draw against Trombley. This is Bonner behind the net here. Now Bonner with it. Works it over to Del Greco. There's back to Bischoff, back to Peart, over to Young. Young works it in here. Young trying to move it in here as Bonner will play it. Donahue trying to get it out of the zone here for the Raiders.
Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather from Iron Range Apparel. Each item is designed in-house, paying special attention to the local history and heritage. Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Find them on Facebook and Instagram, and good luck to all the players.
And this is Del Greco. Del Greco back to Young. Young gets it over to Peart. The other side, driven in here is Young. Comes away, Trombley comes away with it. Trombley brings it out to center ice. Trombley working in here for Greenway. This is Vekic. Trombley. Trombley will retreat. Comes out to center ice, killing off some of that power play time for the Thunderhawks here. As Vekic plays it here. 1:11 left on the Greenway penalty here. Second period, 7:55 left here. No score in the historic rivalry between Grand Rapids and Greenway. Del Greco moving it in here as Miller dumps it out. Miller dumps it right on goaltender Carter Clafton. He will leave it. He'll keep it in play here. Gets it ahead is Miller tries to keep it going here as Holcomb picks it up. Holcomb slides it over to Murphy. Back to Peart now. He'll set it up here. Peart bringing it out here. Peart skates it out to center ice. Peart will drive it in. Wheeling around. Peart slides it over to Young. Young with a drive. Goes wide of the net here. Holcomb now with it along the boards here. Holcomb works in. Tries to get over to Peart. Young over there on that side. Young now with it. Young drive right on. Save. Logan Wright. Kind of had a little screen set up at Logan Wright. Great job by Logan there.
Yeah, and Easton Young still performing pretty well here tonight. You know, he's turned it up over a couple times, but you know that's going to happen when you're involved in the play like Easton Young is. And he's had some nice shots on in the last few minutes here for Grand Rapids.
This is Holcomb and Vekic to take the draw here. This is Morquay here. Now Morquay works it over to Wilson. Wilson now slides it ahead to Miskovich. Back over on the other side. And dumped in the corner. This is Wilson now here. Both teams are back at full strength here. This is Murphy now with it as the Thunderhawks keep it in here. Murphy now with it intercepted here, and Miller will pick it up. Miller dumps it out and all the way down the ice for an icing. .6:29 left here, period number 2.
Well, great atmosphere here tonight, a packed house. You know, the student sections are getting into it, just like any rivalry game. So, you know, still waiting for our first goal, and when that happens, this place is going to erupt, and it doesn't matter which team scores, as there's a lot of Grand Rapids fans here as well.
Right, both teams well representative, as the two teams are less than 10 miles apart here. This is Trombley here now with it here. And now this is Del Greco, sends it ahead as Jernander will pick it up. Jernander sends it through as Trombley picks it up here. Trebojevic picks it up here. Trebojevic brings it in for the Raiders. Dumps a hand, then that hits Vekic here. Picked up by Del Greco. Over on the other side is Bischoff. Vekic intercepts. Vekic works it behind the net. Has Predovic out front as well. There's a shot sent in by Trombley. Nice little save by Carter Clafton there. Bonner sends it ahead here. And back into the Raiders zone. Retreats as Jorgensen. Leaves it to Donahue. Donahue trying to make a play as Carlson picks it up here. Now back come the Thunderhawks as Brose. Brose brings it through. He's hit Brodzinski. Brose with a head of speed. And a penalty coming up here against the Raiders. This is Peart. Peart slides it over to Zelke. Oh, Zelke almost tipped it in his own net. Wow, dangerous play there. Here's Peart. Oh, Peart drives it through center. Peart working it in. Peart shot right on goal! Jack Peart on a delayed penalty. Jack Peart puts Grand Rapids on his goal board first. And the Grand Rapids student section is electric.
Wow, that was something right there. It was either Peart or Zalke, one of the defenders, almost put it in the open net there, tipped it right in. But then Peart picked it right up, went coast to coast, but just a beautiful, hard, top shelf shot on. Nothing Logan Wright could really do on that one. And he gives the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks a 1-0 lead. 4:54 remaining here in the second period of play.
Wow, what a transpiring of events there. But Jack Peart worked it down and got the Grand Rapids on the board here first. This is Carlson along with Holcomb to take the draw here. Peart brings it up here. Peart brings it back in for the Thunderhawks. Peart drives wide of the net here. Vekic to Greenway student section. Trying to get the Raiders some motivation here. Driven in here is Miller. Miller now ups it to Jernander. Over to Vekic. Vekic works it in. Dumps it in. Now picked up by Holcomb. Holcomb wheeling around. Holcomb trying to get it over to Murphy. Sent back in it by Trebojevic. Holcomb picks it up here. McRae Holcomb works it in. Shot right on Logan Wright save. Trebojevic has it. This is Jernander now here with it. Trebojevic drives it back in. Here comes Vekic. Vekic driving in. What a defensive play. Sent in off the corner there. Jorgensen sends it behind the net here. There's Greenway coming back here. Dumped down by the Thunderhawks for the icing.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. And the Rig Sports Grill in Eveleth offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet, they can cater your event, party, or meeting.
Davidson takes the draw against Del Greco here. Has played in the corner, picked up by Del Greco. Del Greco through center ice, and he's in off. They're the Thunderhawks in offside.
Well, 3:45 remaining here in the second period, 1-0. Grand Rapids on top. You know, besides that goal, it's been a fairly even game. You know, Grand Rapids has kind of dominated the second period here, but you know, Greenway only down by 1. They could easily come back with it only being 1 goal, obviously.
This is Young now with it here. Young back behind his own net here. Defended by Vekic. Thunderhawks Morquay comes out here. Morquay tips it ahead to Del Greco. Del Greco sends it over to Bonner. Bonner making a move! Just over the top of the net. Nice chance for John Bonner there of the Thunderhawks.
Got shots on goal, 20-11 in favor of the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks here in this game. You know, they're starting to add a lot more shots, and it shows there on the scoreboard. And the score, 1-0 in favor of Grand Rapids.
And this is Peart. Peart sends it through traffic. Race in front. Here's Miskovich here. Miskovich handles it in the corner here. Miller trying to defend here. Coming out. Behind the net is Miskovich. Sends it over to Murphy. Murphy's shot right on. There's a slides in front as Logan Wright will pick it up in the corner just off the side of the net here and get the face-off. 2:54 left here. Period number 2. Grand Rapids 1. Greenway 0. This game is living up to its billing of a classic Iron Rain rivalry here in Coleraine. Continued here again tonight here. This is Vekic. Gets it out to center, dump back in. And it's going to be an icing against the Raiders.
Yeah, this rivalry is probably one of the best ones in the state. You know, Greenway and Grand Rapids, lots of tradition. And you know, Coleraine and Grand Rapids being right by each other, this rivalry might be up there with one of the best, Warroad and Roseau.
Yeah, in the corner here is the Thunderhawks. Miller behind his own net here. And Davidson in there, or Nyberg in there playing hard defensive play here. And this is picked up here now in the corners. Miller fights for it and dumped up by Nyberg here. And that's a shot right on as Clafton is going to save that.
Another player stepping up for this Grand Rapids Thunderhawks team is number 11, Wade Browse. You know, when we first started doing games this year for Grand Rapids, he didn't play that much, and he was on the 4th line for the Thunderhawks. But now he's seeing a lot more ice time, and he's making the most of it. He's had a couple nice chances here tonight for Grand Rapids.
Yes, he has. He's playing an inspiring game for the Thunderhawks as well. And 2:12 left here, period number 2. Grand Rapids 1, Greenway 0. Del Greco to take the draw against Carlson. Del Greco gets that draw here as Peart has it. Peart gets over to Del Greco here now. Del Greco working it through, gets it over to Bonner. Bonner moves it in right through. Del Greco spreads it through. Nice pass by Bonner to Del Greco. Here's Bischoff behind it here now. Picked up by Del Greco. Del Greco reeling it around here as Trebojevic has it. Trebojevic now behind the net. Trebojevic works over to Jorgensen. Jorgensen over on the other side of Donahue. Donahue tips it ahead. Predovic coming through here as Young gets it back to Peart. Peart wheeling around here. Peart gets it up here to Del Greco. Del Greco leaves it to Young. 1:27 left here, period number 2. Bonner drives it in, up and over, out of play. So 1 goal in this game belongs to Jack Peart, the St. Cloud commit for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. That goal coming with 4:54 left here in period number 2. Holcomb to take law with the draw with Jernander. Holcomb and picked up in the corner by Murphy. Murphy tries to wheel it out. Nice defensive scheme set up by the Raiders here. Over to Holcomb. Nyberg tries to get it out here as Holcomb has it here. As Jernander will come through. Jernander skates through. He's got some room now. Jernander moves in. Blocked out by Will Wilson. Jernander picks it up. Loose puck in front. He scores! Wow! Dakota Thonis has tied this game for the Greenway Raiders. And this place, Blake, is going nuclear!
Well, there it is! 56 seconds remaining here in the second period, and the Greenway Raiders come right back and tie it up. I couldn't even hear you make that goal call, and you were going absolutely crazy. This place is going nuts right now as the Greenway Raiders tie the game up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody at home could hear this, but that was a intense goal call there as this place went absolutely nuclear. And Greenway has tied this at 1 apiece. Trebojevic works it over to Miller, over to Donahue. Donahue works it to Jernander. Jernander driving in. Jernander takes a shot. Peart blocks it down. Quickly in there is Donahue. Grand Rapids trying to come out here. Grand Rapids gets it out here as Murphy tips it in. Murphy with a play. Murphy still with it. Murphy backhander. Oh, he slid it over to Miskovich, and he put it over the top of the net. Wow. Oh.
Wow, that was a silver platter there for Wyatt Miskovich and could put it home. That would have, that would have been a bad one for Greenway to let up if they did. 25 seconds remaining here in the second period. 1-1 now, and we'll see if it'll stay that way going into the final period of play.
As Carlson along with Del Greco to take the draw here for both teams. This is Bonner now with it. Bonner works it around, gets it to Del Greco, picked up by Trebojevic. She sends it around behind the net. Here in there to play, try to make the play with Bischoff. Fighting in there. Bischoff in that corner that we cannot see. Trebojevic here now with Trebojevic behind his own net here. 4 seconds left here, period number 2. This is Del Greco, and that's it. Well, we've got a tied hockey game after 1 period of play. This place is absolutely buzzing. Grand Rapids and Greenway in this historic rivalry. We've got at least 17 minutes left here in Coleraine.
Wow, what a huge goal there for Greenway in the final minute of play. In the second period, Grand Rapids dominated most play, like almost all play in that period. Greenway looked pretty flat. They hardly had any shots on goal and not many chances as well. But all that matters is what's on the scoreboard, and it says 1-1. Grand Rapids versus Greenway, and that's where we stand after 2 periods of play going into the final period of play here in Coleraine.
Yeah, it looked like with Thonis, it looked like Carter Clafton had that initially, and then somehow Thonis tips it in and gets that huge goal for the Raiders there. Great play by Dakota Thonis to tie this game here at 1 apiece. Blake will try to get our scoring summaries. We have to go on Minnesota Hockey Hub to get that, because there's no way I could get other than the goal scorer. That's the only thing I could pull up here. So that was a fun second period of hockey there. Blake, you've got the scoring summary here for period number 2. Just pull it up there.
So looking at the scoring summary, Grand Rapids got on the board first at the 12:06 mark of the second period. Scoring the goal was Jack Peart, and the assist went to Wyatt Zalke. That gave the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks a 1-0 lead. But then the Greenway Raiders came right back at the 16:04 mark of the second period. Scoring the goal was Dakota Thonis. Assist went to Micah Jernander. So, good effort there by Thonis to put it in. He's a player that's, he's been playing on the second and third lines for this Greenway team. He steps up tonight and gets that big game-tying goal for the Greenway Raiders here.
Yeah, huge goal here for Dakota Thonis to tie it up in 1 apiece. Great play. Jack Peart gets a goal for Grand Rapids. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, Blake. It's a fun period.
Oh, yeah, it was for sure. And, you know, I said this before. I mean, Grand Rapids was dominating most of the period there. You know, Logan Ray was standing on his head. He did let one pass, but, you know, there was really nothing he could do on that one. It was just a great shot by Jack Peart from the point, put it top shelf. But, you know, like I mentioned earlier, all that matters is the scoreboard, 1-1, after 2 periods of play. So bringing you tonight's game between Greenway and Grand Rapids, Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey. They wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. And the Rig Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. Rig Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. They offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rig Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. So Randy, any last thoughts before we go on break here for the second intermission?
Well, yeah, I need a breather after that one. That was intense. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, it's a historic rivalry, Blake. This is at the historic rivalry between Greenway and Grand Rapids. This is at its finest right now here. 1-1 after 2 periods of play. Got at least 17 minutes to play here in Coleraine.
Yep, next goal is going to be huge, obviously. It's going to make it 2-1 for whoever scores that goal. And, you know, when Grand Rapids scored, it was loud in here. But when the Greenway Raiders scored, it was absolutely nuclear here in the Hodgkins Berardo Arena. So, after 2 periods of play, it's the Greenway Raiders 1, the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks 1 as well. Y'all don't go anywhere now. Come back for the third and final period of play here from the Snake Pit in Coleraine.
Iron Range Apparel, one of our sponsors here tonight. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall, Iron Range Apparel offers lake, cabin, and home decor along with a large variety of apparel. Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather. Each item is designed in-house, paying special attention to the local history and heritage. Iron Range Apparel offers wholesale pricing and custom screening printing. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, and I wish good luck to all the players. That is the Iron Range Apparel located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia. And here we go with period number 3 between Greenway and Grand Rapids. All tied up at 1 apiece. This is going to be a fun period ahead as Del Greco gets ready to go with Trombley here at center ice. Trombley tips it back to Miller. Miller now with it here. Miller sends it ahead. Picked up by Bischoff. Bischoff knocks it back in for the Thunderhawks. Back to get his Miller. Miller now works it up. Gets up to Trombley. Trombley over to Vekic. Vekic in. Over to Trombley. Vekic through! Vekic with a shot! Trombley tries to get to that loose puck. Del Greco comes away with it. Del Greco over to Young. Del Greco now with it. Over to Young. Young drives it right in. Young behind the net now here. Young drives it on net here. It's Trombley now with it here. As Del Greco has it now. Del Greco working it around here. Around that corner. As Vekic will have it here. And sent in by Young here. Back to get his Trebojevic here. Over to Jernander. Jernander trying to tip it out here. Over to, driven in by Miskovic over the top of the net here. And up out of play.
Well, this is going to be good. You know, all the fans are into it now. Third period. Next goal is obviously going to be huge for either team, whoever scores it. And this place will go absolutely nuts. Sorry.
Yeah, I think this is probably the quietest it's been in here all game long right now. As sent in by Wilson. Over on the other side, comes out with it. The Raiders do is sent in by Prudovich. Prudovich knocks it in as Carl Clafton will leave it. Back to get his Morquay. Morquay knocks it ahead to Holcomb. And now picked up by Morquay. Morquay roll it in! Just shot goes wide of the net there. In the corner now, that corner that we can't see at all. This is Holcomb wheeling around here. Leaves it out for Murphy. Murphy! Great defensive play by Ezra Carlson. Murphy working around here. Murphy leaves it back for Holcomb. Holcomb wheeling around here. Holcomb sends it in a corner. Nice defensive play, Trebojevic. This is Miskovic now working in around the corner here. Miskovic as the Thunderhawks working it around here. Sent out for Murphy. Murphy shot up and out of play.
We would just like to let you all know now, I figured out how to make this video, take it off the unlisted for the privacy, so you can now look it up on smart TVs, Roku devices. So if you're watching on your iPad or phone right now, make sure to make the switch so you can see this thrilling third period between Greenway and Grand Rapids.
What happened with it? I don't understand.
I don't know what happened. I didn't press anything before the game.
No.
So.
I know there's nothing we changed, but could have been a YouTube setting. Who knows? But this is Miller now drives it out here with Vekic. Picked up here is Peart now with it here. Peart now behind the net here. Peart knocks it ahead. And in for the icing. 14:31 left here, period number 3.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun.
This is Trombley along with Trombley now controls it. Get back to Trebojevic. Up to Trombley. Trombley with drive through. Gets blocked down. Trebojevic. Try to send it back in. Trebojevic. Puck up and out of play.
If you're just joining us now, the score is 1-1 here in the third period. 14:20 remaining in regulation. Shots on goal, 24-14 in favor of the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks.
This is Trombley taking the draw against Del Greco here. Jorgensen keeps it in here. Over to Trebojevic. This is Vekic now with it here. Del Greco now working out front. Turn around. Trombley. Spinning move. But just couldn't get the shot away there the way he wanted. This is Peart. Peart sends it ahead. Del Greco has it at center ice. Del Greco working it in here. Del Greco drives it in. He's free. Trebojevic, great defensive play. Del Greco picks up that loose puck. Over on the other side to Miller. Driven in and up and out of play.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game.
This is Carlson for the Raiders, and Miller now has it. Miller gets it to Donahue. Donahue working in. Donahue shot right on. Carter Clafton save. Both goaltenders tonight have been absolutely perfect. I mean, other than get up the 1 goal each, I mean, they've been so solid in between the pipes for both teams.
Yeah, they've both been really solid. You know, each goaltender letting up 1 goal, and they've made some nice saves.
As Miller drives it over the top of the net here, Young will have it. Young gets it over to Morquay. Morquay plays it ahead. Over to Miller, sent in by the Thunderhawks, picked up by Young. And there's a shot right on, just off the glove of Logan right by Goring there.
Yeah, chance there, but it got deflected up. Good defensive play by Greenway Raiders there.
And 13-16 left here, period number 3. It is tied at 1 apiece between a historic rivalry between Grand Rapids and Greenway. This is Young here, now works it in. Into the corner for Miskovic. Trebojevic will pick it up and play it around to Jorgensen. Trying to held in here is Murphy has it now here. Murphy with it behind his own net here. Donahue in there to defend. And picked up here is come out to Holcomb. Holcomb drives through. Holcomb shot right on. Loose puck out front. Jorgensen there to play. He lost the stick. Still playing. Sent in by Young. Gets deflected off a Greenway player. Jorgensen back there with no stick. Still trying to make a play here. As Trombley now brings it. Trombley brings it out to center ice. Trombley tries to make a move around Young. Young, great defensive play on Ben Trombley. And this is Nyberg. Nyberg dumps it back in for the Raiders. They'll check up and get back in. Is trying to set up behind the net as Holcomb. Holcomb gets it over to Young. Young sends it over to Bischoff. Bischoff now working it in here. This is Miller. There's this Wilson. Now Wilson drive right on, loose puck in front. Del Greco trying to get to it. Del Greco in the corner. Del Greco behind the net here. Del Greco reeling around here. Nyberg in there to defensive play. Nice chance. Bischoff goes wider than that here. Del Greco wheeling around. Del Greco drives it in. Nice defensive stop by the Raiders there as Vekic comes back with Trombley through center ice. Trombley, what a pass by Trombley. Over to Vekic. Ternander out front. They just couldn't get the pass over to him. What a play by Ben Trombley. Like a behind the back pass. Here's Peart driving through. Peart's got the first goal for the Thunderhawks. Drives it over to Wilson. Shot right on, save Logan Wright. This is Trebojevic. This is Bonner. Slides it over to Bischoff. Shot right on Logan Wright. Another big save. Trombley gets it out here as Bonner dumps it in for the Thunderhawks. They will change up here and get fresh troops out there. This is sent to Trombley over to Vekic. Vekic working in here. Vekic leaves it behind the net, over to Jernander. Cody Miller on the other side to pick it up for the Thunderhawks. Miller now to center ice. Miller driving in here. Miller willing to win as this is Christian Miller now here with it. Jernander driving through. This is Jernander trying to make a play one around Morquay. Thunderhawks come back on the other side. Is Brose. Great defensive plays by Jace Nyberg. Thunderhawks still get a shot off from Brodzinski. Comes out of the corner. And some pushing and shoving after the whistle here. As the referee, Drew Walters, keeps the players at their bench. Doesn't want to have any more players out in that mess of it there.
Grand Rapids had quite a few good chances there. Hunter Bischoff had a couple there and missed the net on one of them. A lot of chances for both teams, and now frustration setting in for both teams as well, as we had some extracurricular activities going on between both teams down by goaltender Logan Wright.
Holcomb to take the draw with Carlson and get a whistle and stoppage of play as the net was not on its moorings, so got the net reset. 10:21 left here, period number 3, all tied up at 1-1 between Grand Rapids and Greenway. That's sent in by Zelke. And now this is Carlson behind the net here. In to help is Miskovich for the Thunderhawks. Dorojevic here and Miskovich fighting for that loose puck here. Picked up by Holcomb. Holcomb has it in the corner here. Holcomb now with it, wheeling towards the net. Holcomb, chance out front, score! McCray Murphy! Holcomb gets it over to Murphy, and the Thunderhawks take the lead back.
What a play there. Backdoor pass over to McCray Murphy. He knocks it in for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. They take a 2-1 lead with 9:57 remaining here in the third period. Grand Rapids has been doing that all game. They've been moving the puck around, and we've been seeing it all game, and they just showed it right there. Backdoor pass over to Murphy, and he knocks it in.
Murphy makes this a 2-1 game here as Young sends it in here. 9:48 left here, period number 3. Coming back is Holcomb now. Back out of it. Holcomb leaves it over to Miskovich in the corner. In there to defend as Murphy has it. Murphy stumps it in the corner and up and out of play.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun.
Trombley and Del Greco will take this draw here. And this is Young here. Young gets it over to Peart. Peart drives it back in here as Miller has it. Over to Jernander. This is Trombley coming through center ice here. Trombley works in. Trombley free. Trombley! Oh, he loses the puck as Bonner picks it up here. And Jernander gets it back here. Over to Young. Oh, Trombley broke in there and just lost the puck there. Great chance for the Raiders and Trombley to tie this game at 2 apiece. This is Young now with it. Vekic in there playing very hard. Thonis trying to make a play there as Bonner comes through center ice. Jorgensen has it. Jorgensen leaves it to Trombley. Trombley for Thonis. Thonis got that first goal for the Raiders. And now in the corner. Picked up by the Thunderhawks. Sent out front. Loose puck out front. Del Greco. Logan Wright has got this one.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game.
Carlson and Browse here to taking the draw here. Controlled by Wilson, back on the point. As Trebojevic picks it up and dumps it out here. Morquay sends it in. Miller tips it in and sends it back in for the Thunderhawks. This is behind the net here, now picked up out front, shot right on by Brose. Brose, we talked about it, has had a great game here for the Thunderhawks.
Yep, another chance there for Wade Brose. Logan right there for the save. 8:14 remaining here in the third period, final period of play. Greenway looking to get that equalizing goal, just like they did in that second period.
And now it's behind the net here, picked up by the Thunderhawks. Is Holcomb. Holcomb wheeling around here. Holcomb wheeling through. Wilson shot on by Holcomb. Logan Wright the save in the corner. Here's Jernander, picks it up here. Jernander trying to slide it out to Vekic. Picked up here by Miskovich. Miskovich works it back in for the Thunderhawks. There's sent over. Shot, goal! Oh, deflection, and that went in somehow. And that goal is going to be credited to McCray Murphy. Has made this a 3-1 lead for the Thunderhawks.
McCray Murphy strikes again for Grand Rapids as he tips that one in. He's been playing a very solid game tonight. You know, he's been all around the rink. He's been very involved with the play. Tips it in, and for now it's 3-1 Grand Rapids as we have a discussion between the referees by the scores bench there.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly if they're questioning if this was played with a high stick or not. As the Murphy deflected it in past Logan Wright here, but the referees are discussing here.
From my vantage point, it looked fine to me. It looked like it didn't look like it was over the crossbar or but no goal!
Huge
goal there.
Huge call, of course. Head coach Wade Chido wants an explanation on this goal here, but no goal. Huge goal called, waved off here. So this could be a huge momentum boost for the Raiders, especially with this hometown crowd. Got 7:43 left here, Blake, here in period 3.
Yeah, huge break for the Greenway Raiders. Now it's 2-1 still, 7:43 remaining in the third period. And yeah, like you said, I think the momentum's on Greenway's side now after that no goal call, because everyone in the building thought they scored, including the players. They're giving nuts to their teammates, and now it's no goal, so it's a huge momentum shift in favor of the Greenway Raiders.
Face-off is going to be inside the Thunderhawks zone here. Must have been a player in the crease there.
Yeah,
face-off was inside. Is Del Greco here now with it here. As Bonner. As Trebojevic gets taken out here. Del Greco wheeling around here. Del Greco gets takes out by Jorgensen. And this is Jernander. Jernander works it in. Jernander trying to make a play on Peart. There's Bonner coming back the other way. Bonner slides over to Del Greco. He loses it. Picked up by Miller. Miller slides it up to Jernander. Over to Vekic. Vekic trying to make a play. Loose puck out front. Greenway can't get to it. This is Trebojevic. Trebojevic has that center ice. He kind of slows it down a little bit. Takes a shot right on Clapton. Wow, this place is going nuts here. Zelke over with it. Over on the other side to Del Greco. Back to Zelke. Delco. I'm tongue-tied here. As Bonner tips it in for Grand Rapids. This is Nyberg here. Nyberg working behind the net here. Gets it up to Thonis. Thonis got that first goal for the Raiders here. As Young leaves it out for Morquay. Morquay plays it ahead for Brose. Picked up by Miller. Miller driving back in. Miller drive wide of the net here. Nyberg on the other side keeps it in for the Raiders. No, comes out here. Here's Cody Miller trying to make a play. Dumped back in. As Young has it here. Young, oh boy, look at this. Wide open chance. And a save is go over the top of the net. Here's Miller hit and whistle and a stoppage of play. Wow, Cody Miller got wide open here all by himself. And wow, what a play.
It's so loud in here that no one could hear the whistle. I saw that was offside. I saw that he was calling it.
Yeah.
But no one, even like the Raiders players there, they couldn't hear the whistle blow.
No, there's no way.
So the clock ran down there for a good 5 to 10 seconds when the ref blew the whistle. So this place is going to go nuts for the final 6 minutes in this game. 2-1, Grand Rapids.
6:03 left here, period number 3. The Raiders have played with Grand Rapids all night long tonight. They've stayed with them. They're playing an inspiring game. This is Grand Rapids Greenway rivalry at its finest. And this is Jernander here now to Vekic, and now come back the other way as Murphy works it back in. Murphy drives it in. Murphy still with it. Shot. Logan Wright save. What a save by Logan Wright on McCray Murphy. That was a nice little wrister by Murphy. Logan Wright, huge save.
Yeah, Murphy's been dangerous all night for this Thunderhawks team. He's been he's been kind of a pest for this, for the Raiders. Another nice chance there, but Logan Wright says not tonight with a glove save there.
This is Peart, sends it in the corner, into Murphy. Murphy's defended by Trebojevic. Coming out here's Holcomb. Holcomb works it back to Peart. Peart now with it, defended by Jernander. And this is Holcomb with it, slid it out. Here's Vekic has it now, picked up by Murphy. He wheels it around, loose puck in front. Logan Wright, another save. Murphy sent another one in there. Logan Wright, another huge save for the Raiders.
Yeah, Murphy sent it in, it got tipped. And that was a tough save there for Logan Wright. He comes up big again, keeps it 2-1, 5:28 remaining here in this final period of play.
Del Greco to take in the draw for against Carlson. This is coming away. Shot goes wide of the net here by Bischoff. Here comes the Raiders. Miller takes it back the other way. Miller defended on the play but picked up by Carlson. Drives it behind the net here. As Del Greco comes out to center. As in for Bonner. Bonner in. Bonner out front. Calling for it was Wilson, but they couldn't get the pass over to him. This is Bischoff in the corner here. Bischoff still working around here. Donahue plays it. Picked up by Bonner, picked up by Nyberg. This is Del Greco here with it now here. Carlson over to Nyberg. He shoots it around here. Donahue's going to try to pick it up along the near side boards here. Sent back in by Wilson. This is Miller. Miller dumps it out here, and it's going to be an icing on the Raiders. 4:31 left here, period number 3. 2-1, Grand Rapids over Greenway. This has been so fun tonight, and I'm glad everybody at home has a chance to see this game. Whether you're on the home or on the road, you're watching the game on YouTube. Up North Hockey, we appreciate you joining our broadcast. This is back over on the side, and loose puck out front is Holcomb with a chance. This is Jernander, slides it over to Trombley. Trombley just can't keep it on a stick here. It's just a little ahead. There's Vekic here now. No call on that play. Jorgensen works it back over to Trebojevic. Loose puck in front. Vekic trying to get to her. This is sent in. Shot on goal by Trombley. This is Jorgensen. Dumps it behind the net as the Raiders put on some pressure now here. Trebojevic trying to get out here as Murphy comes back the other way. Trombley racing with Murphy. It's a foot race for the puck. This is Miskovich now with it. Fight behind the net for that loose puck now here. 3:37 left here, period number 3. As Trebojevic gets it to Jernander. Jernander brings it through center ice. And dumped in. Picked up by Trombley. Nice play, Jernander. Jernander working around here. Picked up by Peart. Peart now working back at his own end. There's Vekic. Picked up by Carlson. Slides it to Miller. Now picked up by Brose. Gross slides it in. Miller on the other side, unable to keep the play going here. He loses an edge. Fired around as the Raiders trying to come out with it here. Comes out to center ice here. This is sent in by Donahue. And a offside on the play here. 2:50 left here, period number 3. Grand Rapids 2, Greenway 1.
Well, time's ticking down for the Greenway Raiders to tie it up. 2:50 remaining in the third period. Plenty of time, as we've seen in the last couple games here in Up North Hockey. All you need is 0.1 seconds we saw here at the Snake Pit, so anything can happen here in the final 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Young fires it over, picked up by Trebojevic, sent in. Save, and Carl Clafton is going to hang on to this one as Donahue is breaking in.
So a reminder, make sure to join us, or make sure to watch our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, for the Iron Range Apparel Player of the Game, as that player will get a hat courtesy of Iron Range Apparel. That's coming up after the game here tonight between Grand Rapids and Greenway.
And this is back here as Trebojevic will keep it in for the Raiders. Sent in, here's Peart to Trombley in there to make a play. And loose puck on the other side. Picked up here now is Young. Young works it behind his net now. Young trying to set it up here. 2:25 left here. Period number 3. Slides it ahead, and they want it. The Greenway fans want an icing here as Jorgensen has it. Over to Trebojevic. Bonner here now with it in the corner. Back in that corner that we cannot see. Jernander in here with it. And Trebojevic. Coming away here is Vekic. Gets it to Trombley. Trombley skating in. Vekic now making a move. Vekic slides over to the other side. Shot! Oh, that went up and out of play and stoppage of play. Yes, that was Trebojevic with a chance for the Raiders. Wow. The net just went off there. This has been so fun tonight, Blake. This has really been fun. Boy, if Greenway can tie this one and force overtime, that would be just incredible.
It will be so loud in here.
I mean, forget about hearing the goal call. You probably won't hear it, but we'll do the best we can here as Jernander is going to take the draw with Holcomb. Miller has been solid tonight for Greenway as well. A lot of stars on the ice for both teams here. Trombley slides it over to Vekic. Vekic just can't hold it on his stick as it goes out of play here. Minute 39, I would think there's going to be a timeout called by the Raiders here.
Yeah,
certainly.
It would be a no-brainer for Grant Clafton to call a timeout. There's not much time left, a minute 39. He's got to rest his top players, and he's not going to call a timeout.
No, he's not going to call a timeout here. He's going to hold on to it here. Here's Miller. Oh, intercepted by the Thunderhawks. Score! Braden Holcomb puts the Thunderhawks up by 2 goals. Wow, Holcomb came in, got that loose puck and put it into the net. Nice little wrister by Braden Holcomb. Wow. That loose puck just left out, and Holcomb puts it home. With a minute 33 left here in period number 3.
Yeah, what a nice play by Holcomb, tipping it ahead there. That's absolutely tough for Christian Miller. The Raiders were looking to tie it up, and he turns it over there. 3-1 Grand Rapids, a minute 30 remaining here in regulation.
And the Raiders come back here. Miller drives it in. Goes wide of the net here. Young going to pick it up here. Young slides it ahead here. Picked up by Trebojevic. Trebojevic at center here. Trebojevic works it in. Picked up by Del Greco. Minute 10 left here. The extra attacker's out for the Raiders. Over to Miller. Miller works it in. Shot right on. And we get a whistle. Stoppage of play here. As there's going to be a penalty called. And that is going to be... Well, looks like Quincidel Miners being called here. Yep. on Del Greco and Jernander.
Well, next year the refs might have to get some louder whistles here. Every time there's a whistle, there's been a couple of them. It's been so loud in here that you can't hear the whistle. Obviously, it's kind of quieted down. It's been a little more quiet in here now, with the Thunderhawks scoring that goal to take a 3-1 lead. Minute 05 remaining here in regulation.
This is Holcomb and Vekic fighting for it here. They're going to take the draw here. And face off here, Vekic tips it in the corner, picked up by Young here. Behind the net is Peart. Peart plays it over on the other side. And dumped. The Raiders keep it in here now. Playing Thonis had it here. Now this is Trombley. 50 seconds left here, period number 1. Trebojevic working in here. Trebojevic. And slid out by Grand Rapids. This is Bonner. Bonner will tip it in for Young. Young takes a shot, goes wide of the net here. Young trying to hit that open net. Raiders Thonis comes back with it here. Peart has it at center ice. Peart dumps it back in. Behind the net here, 26 seconds left. Picked up by the Raiders now. This is Trombley, comes out with it. Trombley wheeling around here. As Young picks it up, fires into the corners, Donahue trying to tip it out here. This is Vekic here. 9 seconds left here. Played by the Raiders and off the whistle on the offside.
Well, that's going to do it for tonight's game. 6 seconds remaining here in regulations. Regulation fans starting to file out of here at the Snake Pit. What a great game it's been, though, through almost 3 periods. Greenway turns it over there, and Braden Holcomb comes up huge for the Thunderhawks to give the Thunderhawks a 3-1 lead, and that's going to do it here tonight from the Snake Pit.
And sent in by Wilson, and that's it. The Grand Rapids Thunderhawks have gotten revenge over the Greenway Raiders. As the Raiders won last year, the Thunderhawks get the victory this year, and they get their 7th win on the season. As the Thunderhawks celebrate with a huge rivalry victory over the Greenway Raiders. We'll get the official stats at the end of the game off of Minnesota Hockey Hub. And then stay tuned for our Iron Range apparel. Player of the game presentation following the game here. And we'll have to discuss who that's going to be, as we have several different options to talk about for the player of the game. The handshake, of course, traditional handshake between Greenway and Grand Rapids. What a game. That was so fun. Greenway played their hearts out against Grand Rapids tonight.
And what a classic rivalry in Iron Range Conference, Section 7A, you name it. Great game tonight. You don't see these kind of games that often anymore up here on the Iron Range. It's good to see this rivalry stay competitive, and seeing all the fans in here. It was a packed house, so it was a lot of fun. It was a great game, and congratulations to the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks on getting revenge over the Greenway Raiders, as the Raiders won the last couple meetings in the last couple of years. They get revenge, and they get the victory here tonight, 3-1. And we'll have your third period scoring summary momentarily here.
Yeah, of course. It's so fun. Packed house here. Lots of excitement in this building. It was so loud in here for so much of the game. It was just incredible. This is rivalry hockey between Grand Rapids and Greenway. We talked about beginning of the week, we had Eveleth Gilbert Hibbing. Eveleth Gilbert gets the victory. Road team, 1 win on the week. Duluth East, Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids gets a win. Home team, 1-1. Grand Rapids gets the victory here tonight to finish off rivalry week. And they get the visiting team gets 2 wins, and the home team 1 loss for our 3 games this week. And Blake, you've got our final period scoring summary.
And I want to talk about just the home advantage quick. That's very important, especially in these rivalry games. You heard it when Greenway scored. This place went absolutely nuts, and that's a big advantage. And like you said, 2-1 for away teams in our 3 rivalry games of the week. Grand Rapids and Eveleth Gilbert both got big victories in their rivalry games here on Up North Hockey.
Right, and just incredible audience here for watching the game on our live stream. Again, we apologize for those at home that something was up with the YouTube setting, but we figured it out here for the period 3, so most people were able to switch over to their smart TVs. Again, that's something that we did not do. We didn't change any of our settings. I don't know if YouTube automatically, once you get to a certain number, maybe YouTube puts a restriction on it and it's got to be reset. We figured it out here in the period 3. A lot of people able to get the broadcast on their smart devices, obviously your phone, iPad, or what have you there. So we appreciate your patience with that. But at one point, I looked at the broadcast. We had 732 people watching. I mean, that's incredible, the numbers, and we appreciate all of you taking time out of your day to join our broadcast here on Up North Hockey, right here on YouTube.
And obviously, a tough venue here to do a game, especially with it being jam-packed. So we apologize for any, just mess-ups, and it was okay, I thought, but we thank everyone for the support here tonight and for watching our stream. Thrilling game for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks as they get the victory 3-1 over the Greenway Raiders. And here's your...
Yeah, I mean, certainly it was very tough to see the corners of the rink, just with the crowd in here, and it's so loud. But this was so fun. I mean, this is what it is. You got to see, people at home got to see this rivalry. Or if you're on the road or out ice fishing like Adam F. He does a lot of ice fishing, and he got a chance to see the game, whether he was here or at home or ice fishing. But wherever you were, we had people all over the country watching the game here tonight. We appreciate you watching our live stream here tonight.
So here's our third period scoring summary. It was all Grand Rapids. Scoring the goal at the 7:03 mark for the Thunderhawks was McCray Murphy. He got an assist from Braden Holcomb. Then at 15:27, big turnover for Braden Holcomb of the Thunderhawks. He knocks it in to make it 3-1, and that's our final score here tonight from the Hodgkins Berardo Arena in Coleraine. So quick turnaround for us tomorrow morning. We'll be back at the hockey rink, this time at the Hibbing Memorial Arena again, as we'll have 5 Bantam A games live streamed on our Up North Hockey YouTube channel at the Hibbing Bantam A hockey tournament. We'll have some first game is going to be a semifinal game, I believe, and then we'll have some other games, and then the last few games will be third place and the championship game for the finale. So that's going to be a lot of fun, doing some Bantam A hockey and looking at the future high schoolers here in the state of hockey.
Right, and that broadcast will start tomorrow morning bright and early, 8 o'clock a.m. from the Hibbing Memorial Arena. So set your alarm clocks, set your coffee pots, and join us for that live stream of Bantam A hockey tournament from the Hibbing Chisholm Bantam A tournament tomorrow morning from the Hibbing Memorial Arena, starting at 8 a.m. Well, again, this was so fun. This was electric in here. Huge crowd. The crowd's still filing out here. It's probably it's going to take people a little while to get out of this rink. You can see the lobby full of people, and the parking lot can only be jammed with people as well.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that, it took about 10 minutes for people to file out of the stands here. Big line of people still going on, filing out of the snake pit here in Coleraine. So make sure to watch all 3 of our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, for the Iron Range Apparel Player of the Game. We'll discuss that off the air here. A couple players deserving of that award, obviously. And yeah, just watch our 3 social media pages for that. So for Randy, I'm Blake. We thank you for joining us. Joining us for tonight's game. Tonight's huge rivalry game between the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks and the Greenway Raiders. So the final score here tonight, it's the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks 3, the Greenway Raiders 1. Good night, everyone.